I'm going to be doing my FEC conversation video. So what I wanted to go over today is some of the challenges I encountered while doing FEC. I think one of the biggest ones was learning how to time box efficiently. At first, autonomous time boxing was extremely difficult, but as I got through the project, I started implementing some practices I learned from other people, most notably some HIRs. So, for instance, now I'm implementing 45-minute sprints where I time box 45 minutes in the hour in order to just work as hard as possible and then take a 15-minute break in order to regain energy to come back for an additional sprint. And this has actually made me far more efficient than just working straight because I feel like the deadline nature of the 45-minute time boxing makes me work a little bit harder. Another challenge, more technical at least, was um, the way that I solved and rendered some components versus the way that Robinhood did, since they might be using different libraries and technologies than I am. For instance, their carousel is built in it's a lot different than mine. They used some sort of animation trick called Translate X. I tried implementing that and it didn't work, therefore I played with the margins. And to the eye, it doesn't have much issues, but when in higher level ways that the component renders, there is some differences in the way that the boxes look, but very minor. So yeah, the hardest challenge so far was definitely optimizing CSS. I definitely developed a more intimate relationship with the Chrome debugger while working on the FEC. I want to talk about some of the technologies that I chose. First off, for the testing suite, I chose Jest Enzyme and Circle CI. Circle CI because it's free compared to the other option, Travis. Uh, I chose Jest and Enzyme because those are the de facto ways of testing React components now, and they are very popular on the market, as well as being easier to use than Mocha or Chai. After I got Jest set up, which was actually now retrospectively probably the most difficult part of this project for me, was learning how to use Jest and Enzyme because there's so many different libraries and dependencies, and there was little direction that I had in setting up the environment for that, but I eventually got to it after about 2 or 3 hours of struggling. Um, but yeah, Jest allows me to do much easier testing after you learn how to do the environment setup. When it comes to my database, I chose MySQL because at my current state, I could use either MySQL or MongoDB, but I'm eyeballing um, to do more components. And one of those components that I want to do is a tag on the stock, like a genre tag. And one stock can have many genres, and one genre can have many stocks. Therefore, it's a many-to-many relationship. And MySQL is a relational database. Therefore, I need to use MySQL, and I have experience with this, so I picked it over any other relational databases like Postgres, although in future iterations I will be using the other relational databases in order to get more acquainted with them as well. So the reason I chose React, it's because it's the hottest front-end framework on the market right now. And to be honest, the version of Angular we were taught is a bit outdated, and Backbone is extremely legacy.